and welcome everybody. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the official Lotro Twitch stream on Twitch. What is it? Twitch.lotro stream. Lotro team? Twitch.tv/Lotro stream. That's it. I just go online and I start typing TW and it shows up. So, you know, obviously I go here often. So yes, welcome, and hope everybody is having a good night. It has gotten a bit cold here. We have another cold patch coming in, so I've been like cold all day long, but I'm starting to finally warm up. Funny, oddly, now that the sun is going down, it's the opposite direction, but maybe it's because the heating kicked on, so maybe that's what it is. So what are we gonna do today? So here I am in the neighborhood with all of our cute little critters, so I gotta say hi. Here we gotta say hi to the dragon. Isn't that so cute? I love the little dragon guy. And then we'll wake up the badger. There's Honey Badger. He don't care, but he's happy to be around, I think. There's Spot the shrew. And then we'll get Nenu out. There we go. It's a little critter party. All right. So I think, let's see, do I need to talk to Wenda? My subscriber town services do expire in 3 days, so I think it's about time that we go and have a chat with Wenda. Well, let me pop over there. And yes, hello to everybody in the chat.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Sorry, I didn't say hi in the
Greetings,
chat.
friend.
I forgot to do that before I got started. Oh, I have a few things in my inventory. I forgot what we were doing. You know what, I think I want to clear this out before we get started. So what I do is I have one of every kind of character, hello Aaron Bard, welcome to the chat. I have one of every type of character. So like I have a hunter, a rune keeper, like I have one of everybody on here. And so because I did that, I also then kind of diversified and different characters. Like I have scholars, and I have a scholar, I have a this, I have that, I have a jeweler, like all those things. So I am gonna just shove some of these things into places where things go before we get started. And let's see, is there anything? Oh, hey, I don't have carryalls. Where are my carryalls? There they are. Let's grab those. I am an explorer, so I like to have the tailor carryalls with me. And then when I gather wood or hides, it automatically just goes straight into my carryalls, and I find that really handy. Another thing that's cool is if I do auto sort, so anything that's this side of the auto sort are actually things that you can turn in for rep at the task boards. And so I just set those aside, and then I know everything else, I'm just going to sell it. I don't need it. Now my inventory is going to be a little full right now because we just were doing the part where you get, well, we did Isengard. So I've got some Isengard cosmetic items. And then I've also got some Ranger and Grey Company stuff that I haven't decided what's going into the wardrobe and what isn't. I mean, the Isengard stuff is a maybe. I guess the Ranger stuff I picked up is going in, but then I'll just drag it off and destroy it. But I haven't done that yet. I'm just letting my inventory simmer, I think. Let's go ahead and get our Hobbit gift for the day. Hey, a massive pile of silver scraps. Thanks. Is that Whito? Yep. Hi, Whito Boffin. Thank you very much. All right. So I was thinking that we have some outstanding quests in Cardolan and Swanfleet. So we are going to finish that. So Cardolan and Swanfleet are part of an expansion that came out a month or two ago. Feels like it's longer than that, but maybe not be. Hey, kitty, kitty. Yeah, come on. She's giving me that look. November-ish. Yeah, that sounds right. So where are you at? So we started off in that, but then we got distracted by other things. Oh, because because Treebeard went up in level in December, and we weren't expecting it until January. So that kind of threw us off because we were expecting to have another month of getting other things done, which I mean, it's fine, whatever. We were just kind of busy. Anyway, so yes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 quests outstanding, and so does Affadil. Cool, looks like we're on the same place on all of them. The cats are having a stare down over here. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. There you go. You can see there's Casper sitting on the toy, and there's Cato looking at Casper sitting on the toy. Not sure what they're up to. Oh, let me go ahead and pull that back since he wandered off. All right, so let's see, where am I going to take us to? Where do we want to go? I have some travel skills to the area. So let's see. Cardolan, or now it looks like we might need Swanfleet. Okay, so we need Langaran and Good Helix. I bet I'll have a Langaran. Let me check. I have a snow bottle. This one takes us to Cardolan, but I'm not sure where. It looks like a mushroom. I'll bet it's not, but that's what it looks like. Swanfleet. Oh, Langaran. How about that? I will take us there. And then I also have Andrath, which is also in Cardolan. Oh, I think I should move those. I should swap those then.
We should do this one first.
But yeah. But I'm just, so the way I have my travel skills set up in my travel window too here is I like to kind of have them from like lower level to higher level. So hang on, let me fix that. So I'm going to go into the options of it, and I'm going to sort, and I'm going to have Swanfleet. I'm going to move that up one, so it comes before the 2 Cardolans. That makes me happier. All right, let me get rid of that. All right, I should put on my fast feet, and I should track some wood, and well, I have a ring here to turn in something, I believe. Oh, apparently we're not going to turn this in yet. We're going to do something else first.
Greetings, friend.
Where do we want to go? So I want to go to Lintrev, is what I'm hearing. Do I have travel to Lintrev? I did go ahead and capture a couple of these. What have I got? Oh, that's Rohirrim Scout Camp. That's Mossward. That's Glen Heilig. I guess maybe I didn't get Lintrev as one of my spots. Okay. Apparently we have a quest to turn in Lintrev. Oh, and thanks before. Put in the details about before the Shadow came out November 15th, and then Rise of Isengard was December 7th. So we didn't have a month of Before the Shadow stuff before Rise of Isengard hit for us on Treebeard. It was like, whoa, too much. I was unable to get everything done at once. All right. And we have a quest to turn in straight south of here. Well, as the crow flies. You want to follow me for a minute? Oh, hey. Well, we'll probably find more, but, well, just need to get this done. Now, we are a bit over-leveled for this area. So it was something, we had a warg thing. I was like, hey, there's a warg. Gotta go ahead and take care of. So now we're 1 warg closer to finishing that deed. All right, I might mount back up. It was just 1. It was a lone warg without a pack. Ow. Nika Briggers we don't need. What else we got around here? Oh! Hey, there's a bridge. Take it to the bridge. I remember this area had some really cool water features and stuff. Oh, hey, there's a warg. Wargy. Oh, and I have split shot now too. Which is pretty awesome. I went ahead, I got some more skill points because I leveled up to 75. The cats are having a conversation behind us. And so I went ahead and put them into the other line. I put them into my blue line because I'm running red line. But I went ahead and put them into the blue line, and it takes 2 for every bump up instead of 1 because, you know, whatever your main thing is that you get, it costs you 1 point per step. Whereas if you go into one of the others, it costs you 2 points per step. Oh, the Shadow's presence threatens you. Well, that sounds kind of creepy. We're here to defeat the corrupted beast for the corruption of the wild. All right, well, let's see what we can do. So yeah, stuff here is like level 7. So we kind of, you know, left a while ago. I did start a new character for the area. And so I was running through with her and doing stuff. But I got to... So there's like a trio of Hobbit villages that are up in like a mountainous region. And it's a little tricky to get in and out of them. You have to be paying attention and you've got to like hit the right paths and stuff. Anyway, I find 3D pathing a little complicated. And so I decided to just kind of skip that area. So yay, thank you. I believe we now have advanced. Yep. Completed Slayer of Swanfleet. Oh, nice. But now I have a new Deeds of Swanfleet, which is complete the quests of Swanfleet and the Explorer of Swanfleet. So it's like the earlier stuff, which makes sense. So I've got some literature points awarded. We got a oops. And a deed completed. Cool. Uh-oh. We're up high. I'll bet we don't want to be up high. Yeah, speaking of topography. Oh boy. Yeah, so I didn't do all of this stuff on my low-level character that I started just to do before the shadow. So there's some quests in here that I'm like, oh, that's cool. I didn't do that before. So Aaron Bart asks, what made you choose red? So when Affadil and I usually quest together. Usually we're questing as a duo. So I've always got backup, which is nice. Like we can balance each other out really nicely. So I don't have to run doing everything myself. So what works out in the way that we play together is Affadil will often do kind of like an opening shot. We'll scream at them with their minstrel ways. And are we just going to go for it? Yeah, makes sense. Which means I can kind of stand still and put together my opening, which has some really nice critical chances and stuff. So that's what I tend to do, which means I can just stand still, and I'm not gonna pull first aggro because Affadil usually starts the combat. Let's see. Okay, so the shadow touches the beasts of the land. It's more dire than I thought. First the plants, now the animals. If we allow this corruption to go unabated, it could cause a great strife in the Storvales. My friend in Lintrev has told me of similar stories. In fact, he speaks of black riders passing through. I suspect he could tell you more. Go to Lintrev and find Nudo Sothric, my friend. Regale them of what has transpired and give them a sample of Coltsfoot. Lintrev is south of here. Just follow the road east out of Glen Highway. Okay. Awesome. We can totally do that. Bye! Let's go. So we're going to Lintrev, right?
Good day.
Lintrev. Let's go turn in the Lintrev one. Yeah, so that's mainly why, because I like, for Redline, I really like how it it just has a little more DPS, but you lose mobility. So that's the trade-off, right? Because if I move, it'll cancel most of my skills I have to do while I'm standing still. But because I can do them while I'm standing still, I often do. Now, in a case like this, if we were like on foot and just zooming through, where we're way over leveled, and so everything is pretty much gonna one-shot, I tend to move to blue line just so I can shoot and keep rolling. Okay, so the corruption on this Coltfoot plant is troubling indeed. You say Gwen sent you. She was right. This might explain the recent unrest in Cobb's Hollow. Ever since the Black Riders passed through, the situation here in Storvales grows more and more bleak. Our very way of life is being threatened. He's gonna give me some loaves of barley bread. How cute. Very adorable. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I have witnessed the crossing of Black Riders through these parts and a veil of shadow along with them. Ooh. So it has had a terrible effect on the land. All of the spiders of Cobb's Hollow have come to chaos. I've been working together with my friend Corwin to deal with the Shadow's corruptive force. Okay. Yeah, sure. We can help out with this spiders issue. And... oh, here's Corwin that he was just talking about. An elf. Are you the one who helped Nudo? We have both been working tirelessly to combat the spread, I found myself here in the Storvales in my travels through Eregion. It was this very shadow that led me here, and that has kept me here. If you could help me, perhaps I could create a draft that would ease the pain on the land. I need samples of blighted plant life. The corruption is strongest in the dark nest Cobb's Hollow. So travel to Cobb's Hollow and find samples of the corrupted plant's life, but be cautious. What lurks within is dark and twisted. Okay. I see you standing near a milestone. Was that on purpose? Yeah, let me see what have I got. So where are we? We're in Lintrev. I could swap out... We don't need the Rohirrim Scout Camp? Okay. Easy peasy. Sounds great. I think it did it. I didn't see it go whoosh. Yours went whoosh? Let me see. Well, mine does say Lintrev, so it must have. Maybe it had already been whooshing, and so it was like whooshed out. Alright. Let's go find Cobb's Hollow and do stuff. And... you know, while we're talking about that, maybe I will switch over to blue. I haven't kept my blue updated recently. I should take a look. Let's take a look. That's not it. That's it. Yes. Show me the blue. Oh, I'm only 6 points behind. Hey, you'll like this one. I can increase my speed movement. I'll do that, because you like that. I think I have points in almost everything else. Strength of the earth. Quickly regain morale. Yeah, okay, sure. Oh, I got 2 more. Oh, hang on. And perseverance. Yeah, sure. Alright, we'll apply those. Yes. Now it resets my bar. Because I'm like, ah. Let's see. Oh, because I got dismounted. Yeah, I gotta get my fast feet back on. Alright, here we go. Gotta catch up. I think I got dismounted when I was messing with my traits. With the tree. Okay. Here we go. Ready to get. Yes, we do love the fast feet. And in Blue Line, for hunters, you can increase the amount of extra speed that you get. So that's kind of nice. I jumped, but not pressing forward at the same time. Even jumping wouldn't have helped, though. We're very hoppity. And it was deep water. Oh, okay, so I should check and make sure I have everything. Let's see, do we have low cut? Yes. Dazing blow should be up there. I don't see it. Should be right up here, I think. Scouring blow. Yes, I have that. Don't need cosmetic pets. Those aren't going to do anything for attacking. I wish there was a way to like search your bars to find out if you have something on there, because that would be really handy. Be like, do I have intent concentration? Okay, yes, good, go, next, you know, just go right through like that. That would be pretty neato. But we don't have that. Okay, let's see, intent concentration, improve merciful shot. Yes, but that is a ranged attack. So what I tend to do is I have my melee stuff up here, and then I have my range stuff down below. Oh, I wonder if do I need to check the corruption? I probably do. Yeah, I could do it from on horseback though. Well, ponyback. But we do need to defeat stuff. It's true. But I can just, yeah, one-shot things as we go. That's what I was doing, was auto attack. Concentrate, martial shot. Do I have focus? I do not have focus, as anyone watching the stream would tell you. Penetrating shot. That's what it looks like. Somebody's shoulder. Yes? No. Oh, I have that on here twice now. I have blindside on here twice. That's funny. We'll get rid of that. But I'll put this on here until I figure out why it's not here. Let's see what else. Barrage, yes, is here. Exsanguinate. Okay, I'm not seeing it. So I think I'm just going to throw stuff on here, and then if I'm wrong, I'll be like, ah, there it is. Oh, I didn't get a corrupted flower. I should do that. Whoopsie. Apparently you can't do that while you're moving. Unless I got the trap. Got my passage of this, that, and the other. Purge poison. Oh, what else? Let's see. Cry of the Hunter. That's there. I have my escape from being stunned. It ended up there at some point on one of my characters, and I got used to it being there. So now, like, every character, that's where it goes. Like, every time. It's the easiest way to find things, right? Camouflage, good. I've got that there. Improve Beneath Notice. I never use Beneath Notice. Do I even have that on here anywhere? I don't know. Alright, we'll throw this in here and figure out where it's going to go. Because I don't use it. I don't care about it. Like, yeah, y'all can notice me, whatever. Okay, I'm being told it's good when you pull aggro, but, like, isn't that, like, the way of the hunter? Is aggro? That's why you have that skill, so when you pull aggro, you can let go of it. I mean, okay. But that's when I throw a stone at them. Yes, I do have that on there. Let's see, Hobbit Stealth. I think I did see that there. I've got Hobbit Silence. I think maybe I should put... What's that? No, hang on. Oops, I got in a corner somewhere. I go around. Oh, here. We can turn that again a little bit more since the cats are playing with the toys a little bit. Alright. Hobbit Stealth, Hobbit Silence, Hobbit Resilience. Thought I had that out there. Oh, my bars are a mess now. Oh my gosh. Barbed Arrow. Stances, boom, boom, boom. Oh, hey, there's more corrupted flowers. Bard's Arrow. Swift Bow. Is my improved... Oh, because these went to improved versions. That's why they disappeared. I'm like, I had all this on here before. What happened? That's why. Yep. Hang on a second. Okay. And then I got Find the File, I got my Desperate Flight, I got Return to Camp. Okay, I think all my skills are back, maybe twice over. We'll fix it on the go. I need another Corrupted Feldwort, so let me take a look around here for that. Nope, I found a cocoon though. And don't think we need to find any more spiders. Okay, cool. Let's see, am I even in the right place? Where am I? Looks like there might be one straight ahead. Maybe. Keep tapping until I find it. I think flowers are being picked up when I wasn't paying attention. Oops. What does it mean when the skill is gray or has a red mark in the center? Well, like gray in this case because I can't use it. It says it requires Hobbit Resilience trait equipped. I don't have the Hobbit Resilience trait equipped, therefore I cannot use it. If I were to go back to my Gandalf and look at my traits here, it's going to be one of these and I don't have it. So actually, do I even want it? Oh, the +2 hope, that is cute, but I think let's see. Stoop for a stone, I guess I could get rid of Stoop for a stone. Hobbit Resilience seems a little bit more useful than Stoop for a stone, now that I think about it. Let me swap that out. But then I have Hobbit Stealth, which I heard is good. Hobbit Stature. Cruise my might, sure, free might. Hobbit Silence that I never use, and Club Damage, which I maybe use once in a while. Guile and Fellowship skill. Nah, that doesn't matter. And then Return to Mythical Delving I don't need because I can do that with my Hunter stuff. Alright, so let me get rid of Stoop for a Stone. See, so now Stoop for a Stone, how it's grayed out because I don't have that equipped. So we'll drop that out here. But now my Hobbit Resilience is there, so that's what's going on with the gray stuff. Yeah, Egg Arthur says, gray skill icon means it can't be used at all. You don't have the weapon. you're mounted. Yeah, there's a lot of cases where, like, for example, let me get back up here and I'll mount back up. And you'll notice that a lot of my skills are going to go gray. Boom. Because I can't use most of the stuff when I'm mounted. Because, you know, that's not mounted combat stuff. And let's see, what else did Arthur say? Red target symbol means your selected target is out of range for the skill. There you go. Thank you. Excellent. And then we had, yeah, another question come in. Maybe you're answering, sorry. Gray does mean you don't fulfill some of the prerequisites. Like at Hunter, you have to build up focus first. That's true too, right? Yeah, I do run into that where there's skills that I need focus for. And so like this one, that adds focus. I use a lot of skills that use focus. I really actually quite like those. Yeah, cost 2 focus, the split shot. And right now I probably don't have any. Although I do tend to stick with the precision stance because that adds +1 focus every 3 seconds. So then I do have a chance at using more of those focus skills. So I might actually have focus at the moment. Let me turn this in real quick. He says, so the infestation has gotten worse. If left unchecked, these spiders could multiply and endanger all of the Storevilles. It is bad enough with ailing crop and aggressive animals. All that won't matter if the whole land is overrun by this infestation. You must find the Spider Queen, taken by the shadow, and defeat them. I've seen that Spider Queen. I defeated a Spider Queen. Herbs. Hello, Elf. I had anticipated a further progressed corruption, but these plants have transformed into something else entirely. We must act quickly for to fight this corruption. You will find my mortar and pestle by my work table. Take the samples and grind them into a workable powder. Sure, we can do that. Let's see. Anathelos also said the red cross should be correlated to range to select a target. Yep. So for melee skill, you know, too far away to use that, for example. Okay, I have a fine powder I have made. She says, good. Next, you need to take the ground powder, incorporate it into the mixing bowl. I've gathered several ingredients in the bowl already. My work table is nearby. Take the samples, mix them with the ingredients that I have prepared. Okay. Ooh, that's cute. I wonder if they made that into a housing item. I think that we're going to make more housing items in the Swanfleet and Cardolan areas from the barterers. So that is pretty exciting. Okay, it looks ready. What do you say, Corwin? You have done well. The draft should be enough to stave off the corruption for now. You'll need to find a suitable area to spread the draft. A source of running water should prove effective in spreading the draft throughout the land. Take this file and find a waterfall. There should be one to the south of Lintrev that runs into the wade water that the people of the Storevilles often visit to use to clean their things. That should work. Okay. Just don't tell the forces of evil about this or they might start poisoning the water. All right. Agartha says, what's silly is that the red target overlay comes up even if the target is not valid for the skill. Like being able to heal a foe, that you cannot do that. That is kind of funny. Yeah, before it does point out though, yeah, with skill forwarding, sometimes your target is a valid target because their target is. So yes, if I was targeted on something and they were targeted on Affodil and I did a healing, it might target Affodil, I'm not sure. Yes, but Agartha does point out that the red overlay little circle, it means that the first level target is out of range, so their ultimate target is therefore the same, out of range. Too bad. So, still, very silly. Yeah, I figure there's times when, like, code is written a certain way, and it has this effect where it, like, yeah, like that, where it's like, okay, that's not particularly useful, whatever. You know, you're just kind of like, we're just going to roll with that. Because fixing it would involve deconstructing something, and it would end up being like, hundreds of hours of work just to do one little fix, and after a while that's just not worth it, is it? All right, is this where we're gonna pour it? All right, we're pouring it in the water, and the vial has been emptied. River toad. Those toads around here are huge, like huge to a hobbit especially. It's so funny though, because we're still wandering around. Oops, I got dismounted again. Oh, I thought we were going the other direction. Oh, we're gonna go do the Spider Queen. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. There might be multiple spider queens on here. We're gonna go find one of them and take care of this situation. So yes, so I didn't do all of these quests. So we're doing with our quest completionist characters here on Treebeard. So that's why we're so over leveled, because we were already in the 60s, maybe even 70s, when this before the shadow came out. Hey, I see one. Oh, well. Ah, so we gotta find another queen. Okay. Do we get any credit for these spiders? Not really. I'm terrible. I'm just like, do you count for me for anything? No? Alright. You live. And these poor hobbits are like, but the spiders! Ah! It's not this one. It's that one. Yeah, see, my stuff's not in order. I don't have my, Yeah, okay, notice how I got little red overlays, because the thing I'm targeted at is, like, way over there, so it's out of range. It's also out of sight. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, it's milestones of intro. That sounds great. I was just gonna double check, make sure I got credit for that. Talk to Lagra, bring the pottery. Talk to. Okay. Fantastico. We're looking good so far. Hey, folks of Lintra, we have some news. So, found the Spider Queen. They says, thank you. That should slow their proliferation into the store veils for now. But this is just the beginning. We must find a more permanent solution to driving back the shadow. We have some room to breathe yet. Fair. I know, I keep jumping over the hedge. Like a Hobbit heathen here. Like a tween. This should help in warding off the shadow's corruption for now, but I fear it may not be enough. Nonetheless, this gives us more time to come up with a more permanent solution. I've heard this before. We have done all we can with what we have. That is all anyone can hope for. I hope that whatever looms out there spreading the shadow will soon meet its end. Alright, cool. So we've got something down in Cleggur. You think about trying to find a stable to get us there? Yeah. Yeah, fair. Alright. Yep, Cleggur. Got it. Swift travel. It's so funny because some of these new areas have a longer ride out. And so I like on that other one we did a few minutes ago, I was starting, like, I'm still riding, right? Like, I would have thought that I had transition faded out by then. So it made me wonder if I'd bought the wrong one, if I did the regular ride and not the swift travel. So, I don't know. Before it says, if I had to guess, I'd say that the target forwarding option came after the overlays. Oh yeah, probably. And they never went back and made the overlays cleverer. Yeah, see, that would make sense. Let's see. I think that was a mission. We don't need to do that right now. And let's see, where did we want to get up above, don't we? I think it's to this way. That would be left. I think it's to the left. Yeah. Oh, it's not the mayor. Hey, Malmadog. Says, well, it seems these are strange days indeed. I will not say you were right, but let it be known that mayors are never to be embarrassed. Oh, he's the mayor. Especially not in their own village, and the word of an outsider must always be judged with a grain of salt or two. That is to say, one of the hunters has returned, and his tale is most peculiar. You had better hear it from him. Hey, hunter.
There are uruks about, stranger.
Says, there are uruks about, stranger. Me and Drusi were out in the bush, laying in wait for one of the boars of the Storvilles to stray within reach of our bows, when we saw one of the vile creatures lurking about. Well, we changed our choice of target right then and there. Not for eating, you understand, perished the thought, but we caught him. We caught ourselves an uruk, and now we need to decide what to do with him. Oh boy. Now, none of these are going to be better for me than what I have. So then it's like, well, is it cute? I think I already have the plumed hat, actually. I think these were very much like the rewards you get over in, like, our chat, is what it looks like. Looks like the same cosmetics. So I'm just going to choose the one that costs the most because I'm going to just sell it.
Behind to guard the prisoner. If I could
I
ask
know it's
the mayor what to
pennies
do.
at this point in the game, but that's okay. So I left Drusy behind so I could ask Mayor Torian what to do, or Torlan. But if you and this ranger are up to it, I could lead the two of you back to the prisoner. It's not that far. Yeah, sure. That sounds great. Let's go.
We had better follow
All right,
him
Middle
to his
Deer, what do you think?
captive, and
So
quickly.
we better follow him to his capture, or to his captive, and quickly. The stores are hardy folk, but I fear the harm an Uruk warrior might do, even though he be their captive. All right, so let's go.
Lead on, Fran. Where does your friend hold
So
captive?
an elf was giving iron coins. I don't think I have any iron coins. Oh, the try-on window? That is from... Thank you. Thanks, Mubat. Yes, that. If you go to lotrointerface.com and you're looking for the BDRX dressing room or the... I have the skins pack, the JRR skins collection, and the BDRX wardrobe comes as part of that. So you can either do the wardrobe separately, which does give you that larger wardrobe, which is fantastic. Oops. As well as that. Where you can try things on and it gives you a much bigger image, which is great for me because I'm constantly like, what is that? You know, so it's nice to be able to get a good close look at things. This is some of the stuff I picked up while we were out running around with the rangers. So look at that. I could be like super sneaky hunter hobbit. Anyway, you can have just the wardrobe on its own, or you can get the UI skins collection and it includes this wardrobe. So yeah. It also includes the map being smaller. So instead of it taking up the full screen here, it only takes up about like 2/3 of the screen. And so you can still see behind it what's going on. But I'm so used to the large map. I really like the large map. So I went ahead and there's like a line of code that you just eliminate basically. And it gives you the full map back. But it tells you how to do that if if that's something you want to mess about with. So, okay, so let's talk to this guy. He says it's not far, just a quick jog up the hill. Sorry about the chill in the air. We're almost there. Oh dear. A chill in the air? He's all right, follow me this way and no dawdling. What are you, a dwarf? All right, well, hopefully his friend, he says, wait. Yeah, where's the Uruk? Did you lose him? He says, do you hear that? We have boars. Oh, well, that's not so bad. We can deal with boars. I need to fix my stuff. Let's see. Okay, so this is... He says, what good fortune. Boar steaks will serve us well for the winter. All right, that is a helping thing. Yeah, he says, you're supposed to be bringing us to your captive. not having us help you gather food. All right, this costs 6 focus, so I like to have my things that cost focus further over, and my things that that are ready to go further to the left. So I'm just gonna rearrange my stuff here, and usually I have like my barbed arrow, my swift bow where it goes doo doo doo, and then not split shot. Where is swift? Oops, hang on. Drusy, how fares the captive? He says he's fine. He knows not to try anything. Okay. But more importantly... Dun dun dun. Did you see those boars? They ran right past here. Oh no, I would have loosed some arrows at them, but I didn't want to take my attention off the captive. They were big though, and there'd been enough meat on those bones to prepare quite a few boar meat steaks for the folk of Claygur. Tell me you saw them, and that Flam was quick enough with his bow or knife to get them. And you be sure, Drusy, that the boar meat can be brought back to the village when you're done, but perhaps there are more pressing matters at hand. More pressing, she says. Well, I suppose, but still, those boars were really worth something. It would be a shame to let so many potential dinners escape without at least trying. I like it. Okay, so the wounded Uruk stirs. He says, when I get free of these rats, I'll make you pay. You'll wish you never crossed Ushdul. You have no idea what's coming for you, for all of you. So we're to remain alert. So the ranger is asking, why did you come to Swanfleet? The fighting Uruk-hai go where they please. Ba, ba, ba. Oh yeah, I was moving my stuff around. Where is... Nowhere is safe for you. I think you will find that you are wrong about that, creature. Where's my swift... Oh, no, that's pretty shot. Is that so, he says. My boys have their orders, but once that's done... I think they'll want to stay. Ooh, no. He says there's good eating to be had in this valley. And I don't think he's talking about the boars. Plenty of vermin, he says. Oh, how dare you! Wait, something approaches. Ready yourselves, friends. Is it more boars? Because, you know, that would be funny. I thought you'd never hear them. Come get me, boys. Maybe I'll put down a trap just to have fun. Alright. He says, I think these newcomers must be here to rescue our captive. Let us show them that they have erred and badly. We will not let him go without a fight. Maintain your vigil. Flam, Druzy. Alright. Yeah, see, I can't... My melee ones went red there for a minute because you can't do melee at range. Oh my, I think our captive is dying. What a shame. What a pity, she says. This is an Uruk arrow. He dies by the deeds of his own kind. Da, da, da. They were not here to rescue him at all. Mm-hmm. He says, this changes nothing. You will die even more painfully than I. He visibly gathers his strength, hatred flaring in his eyes. Hear me, all of you. Hear the words of Ujdul. He says, you will die at the hands of the Uruk-hai. Sharku has made us a mighty force. And that's actually somewhat true. He says, Sharku, this is your leader? Because we don't know who that is yet. He says, I hope he's stronger than you proved to be. Oh, snap. I am not frightened of your kind, Ujdul, says the ranger. Sharku. Saruman. What? He breathes his last. He is dead. What could he be talking about? Saruman, why would he speak the name of the White Wizard? What did he mean by that? I know, golly, it's so hard to figure this out. Oh well. So yeah, but Aaron Bard says, I like how they have connected areas, but you don't like the added visual details, so that you like the simpler maps, like they were like treasure maps. I do agree that they look like treasure maps. They were kind of fun. We had them, we printed out a whole bunch of them and laid them out on the wall for me because I was having geographical-ish challenges, especially when we got into some of the higher level areas. I was just like Gondor and Rohan and all the various areas within them were just not sticking with me. Like I got at one point I had like sticky notes on the maps as to where my milestones were, because I was like, I don't even know what this word is. So yeah, and the ones we printed out are those older ones, the ones that kind of look like treasure maps. So we do have those like in a box somewhere, so that's kind of fun because they're on nice hard cardstock, so we can like put them up or frame them sometime if we want to, things like that. So, all right, so let's see. The mayor here says, thank you for aiding my folk. It reflects well upon you that we're willing to help the people of the Storvales in this, and it reflects well upon me that I called upon your assistance. That's the mark of a good mayor, you know, selecting the right person for the job at hand. You know, there's something to that. He says, I've had little to do with wizards, but I can tell from your friend's expression that these tidings of Saruman can mean nothing good. Perhaps this gift will help speed you on your way to combat this new and unpleasant development. So we'll take the most expensive boots, because hobbits don't wear shoes. We're just going to sell them. All right. Why does your ranger friend just stand there like a lump on a log? Speak up, man. What's cutting into him? Because that's what rangers do. And they sulk. Like they have like on their, you know, bar, like they've got stand quietly, sulk, run after target. Yeah. Alright, I cannot believe this, Rosabloom. Can it be true that Saruman commanded these Uruks to attack the folk of Swanfleet? Why would the wizard wish to do harm to the folk of Mossward? He has ever been a watchful protector of Middle-earth. What can have changed? It must be a lie. There can be no other explanation. Let us return to Mossward and see how the people there fare in our absence. I cannot believe Saruman is capable of such treachery. There must be something else to blame for the orc presence in these lands. Yes. Yes. I think that's part of why Saruman got so far, is because nobody could believe it. Like, it just didn't seem... Because he had always been, like, the wisest and all of that. Like, I do actually spend some time kind of considering, like, when did he... Like, what were some of the contributing factors to him changing, you know, changing his mind about things. Anyway, she says, goodness, you're soaked, but you did not drown. Good work. And what have you there? And we hand over a broken vase that we got out of the water at some point in the past. She says, well, would you look at that? How old is this, I wonder? And you found a skeleton. I can't wait to tell all my friends about the discoveries that that is, we have made. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, little one. Very cool, very cool. Yes. Yeah, the rangers are very good at sulking. They're not quite elves who are, you know, just like... So the elves kind of have a bit of a dourness to them as well, right? We kind of joke that, I'm an elf, I'm sad. Which, I guess if you were like, okay, I have existed in this land for, 3, 4, 5,000 years, whatever, and I'm watching the land slowly, dwindle and die, and I must too fade from this land. Okay, I could see why there might be some kind of existential sadness having. I have a milestone to return to Mossward. Okay, I'll just go there. Okay. Well, I'm wondering if one of my milestones, the other travel, no, that's Cardolan. I have Hearn and Andrath. So, but I was gonna say, to the map situation though, I would say that I do like, let me zoom out. Which one was the one new one? The Lonelands, yeah. I do like the way they've done Agamar and Gartha Garwin up in the top corner up there, over here, because it seemed like those areas have always been really hard for me to get my head around. Where am I and what's going on? So my hope is that next time I take a character through there, my little character arrow will show up better. So I think the Lonelands map is an improvement, and like the ruins are a little bit more distinctive on there. So that's nice. That's nice too. We kind of look at the maps as it's kind of like in game. We think of it as somebody went and, scouted these places at some point in the past, and they drew it out as best as they could remember, and here's what you got. So one, it's not 100% accurate, and two, it might be a little outdated anyway, right? So that's kind of what the treasure map style maps were kind of evocative of for us. Yeah, so that always amused me, that idea. All right, so this guy says, we won't be caught off guard again. If goblins and Uruks set to raid our village again, we will make them pay a heavy price for it. Scardy Bendblade has been working to supply us with arms and armor, and will be prepared if another raiding party comes to Mossward. Will you bring us another barrel of the weapons he has fashioned, and I'll distribute them to the people in the village. Okie dokie. Yep, I can do that. I'm guessing they're in his shop. Oh yeah, here it is. I was like, I remember being in there. It's been a little while. In this cute little town. Oh yeah. Wow, he's letting us get behind the counter. He never lets us behind the counter. Thanks. Thanks, Guardy. Whee! I'll carry these carefully. See me carrying them carefully? You set down the barrel of swords, and you hear Meneldir calling for you. Okay, what up, yo? See? Tell me that's not a bit of a sulk going on there. He's paying attention. I'm sure that's what he's doing. Alright, Cardolan means well, and the folk of Mossward will fight to defend their homes from goblins and uruks and anything else that threaten them. But against wizards, I do not think they'll have a very high chance of survival. I will tell you what I know of the 3 wizards, and I will let you judge our chances. Okay, so here's what he knows of these 3 wizards. His knowledge of Saruman. Oh. What does he have to say? Well, I didn't see anything show up. Let me try Radagast. Well, it said already in use when it got to the end of it. So I wonder if we overhit. There we go. He rubs his temple deep in thought. Of the 3 wizards, I have only met this one in person, Radagast the Brown, a master of shapes and hues and friend to all good-hearted beasts and birds. He wanders the wild places, secret lands known only to the creatures of fur and feather, and I suppose well known to some of my kin among the Dunedain as well. He seemed a jovial chap, and when I met him, I cannot believe he would turn against us. Okay, let's see what we know of Saruman. Looks like you're done with Saruman, right? Okay. Just making sure I'm not clicking on them at the same time as you are, because it looks like you can only do one at a time. Alright, he sighs heavily. I have always understood Saruman the White to be the most learned of the wizards, and the greatest of their order. It is said he was sent here by the powers to guide and instruct those who dwell within Middle-earth. At Isengard he lives in a great tower built by the Númenóreans, Orthanc it is called, and I have heard it contains a trove of knowledge and learning unmatched by that of any king or scholar. Can it be that Saruman no longer seeks to protect the free peoples of Middle-earth? I cannot believe this is so. Alright, I'll wait till you're done with Gandalf. Alright, and what does he say about Gandalf? He shakes his head. I know little about Gandalf the Grey. They say he walks the land with the aid of an old walking stick, pipe smoke curling around the tall hat that he wears, but I've never seen him. I believe he must keep to himself, choosing not to become involved in the matters of the day. My former chieftain Strider knew him, and believed him to be a kindly soul. I have never known my chieftain to judge somebody wrongly, and if he had, it was not his fault, but another's. Still, I would not have believed any of the wizards could become corrupted either. Okay, so those are his thoughts on those guys. He says, I don't know. If the aims of the 3 wizards have changed, if they have been corrupted by evil, all of the free peoples of Middle-earth may be endangered. I think that's fair. Choose one. I want to choose the virtue experience. Maybe that's also. What else do we get? Hi, honey. This is Kato, for everybody who hasn't met her before. The threadbare short robe. Oh, nah. And the shirt. I think I've seen all these before, and I don't think I have a particularly strong need for any of them. Hey, sweetie. She's going to lay down in her bed on the that I have. I have a bed for her on my desk, and you can just see her. She's needing the space before she finally settles down. Yeah, she's a silly girl. All right. All right, this much we know for certain. The Uruks have come to Swanfleet, believe that they do so at Saruman's command. That means that the White Wizard cannot be trusted. He falls silent. We're being observed. Someone listens to our conversation. Who is listening to our conversation? Aha. Hey, little guy. What? I didn't hear anything I wasn't supposed to. You told me that an adventurer is supposed to remain watchful for the needs of all good folk, and how can I do that if I don't keep my eyes and ears open? Alright, maybe you didn't say exactly that, but I'm sure it's true all the same. If a wizard is sending goblins or uruks to attack Mossward, shouldn't we know about it? And you tell Tegwin the best way he can help the people of his village is to keep their spirits up and help them prepare the defenses. He says, okay, I'll see what I can do, but I'll have you know I expect to be given more dangerous quests in the days ahead. I am an adventurer now, after all, and you and Meneldir are going to need all the help you can get, especially if we're up against wizards and their lackeys. Okay. Sure. Alright, so you have a protege. He says, I think you handled that pretty well, my friend. Better than I would have at any rate. I never had much patience for children. I plan to search further afield for some clue to Saruman's purpose. Why would he send goblins and uruks to attack Mossward? I can't understand it. Will you travel to the east where the road from Enidwaith enters Swanfleet? The raiding party may have come from there and left behind some traces of their passage. I'll see you again when we've both returned. Okay. She's not settling. I'm like, why? What is going on over there? Alright, well, we're gonna go off adventuring. Off a wandering. So, are we trying to leave town? Let's see. To get closer to... Oh, the road over there? Yeah, sure. So milestone to Lintrev. That works. Can do. So in case anybody missed it, I am using my Deco de Miu mug again today. I have a tea in there. It's like called Winter Glow. I thought that'd be appropriate for today since it's rather chilly weather coming in. But Deco de Miu is a fantastic website that has every housing item in the game. Ah, awesome. Thank you, before. Yeah, every housing item in Lotro is cataloged on Deco de Miu's website. The link is there in the chat, thanks to before. And yeah, if you want to see what any of the different housing items look like from in the game, like if you want to look at it before you buy it, or you're like, oh, what is that thing? What was that thing again? Or that person has a really cool thing. I really like it. I'd like to get one of those. Where do I find it? All of that information is available at Deco de Miu. It's fantastic. It's an amazing resource, and I use it frequently. It's really, really good. So yeah, so the link is there in the chat in case anybody is ever is looking for that and was like, where was that again? There's the link for you. And then all of these videos, all the streams that I do, we make sure that they go up on my YouTube channel. And so V4 has been really super awesome about making sure all these links that we post in the chat also end up in that YouTube description. So you can often, if I mention a link in the stream, you can often go back to the YouTube then afterwards and click on the information, the doobly-doo at the bottom, and the link will be there also. So just trying to keep everybody, you know, well full of resources. You missed the link. We can put it right there again. Do you want me to, you want to just recopy, repaste? Yeah. There was a bug. Not sure how it got in the house. Yeah, no problem, Bilski. There you go. There's the link again for you. Not a problem. And welcome to the welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. We are running around in Swanfleet currently and trying to work our way over to Cardolan in the new Before the Shadow zones. So we're currently running around in Swanfleet here, and then once we're done with Swanfleet, that's showing us down here. Once we're done with Swanfleet, we will head over to Cardolan, but they haven't sent us that way quite yet. We're close. We're getting closer. So we're following the epic storyline, and we've been doing a lot of the side quests along the way as well. These are our completionist characters, so we're trying to do like all of the deeds and all of the most of the quests. I mean, occasionally we'll skip like a chain of quests or something here and there, but in general we're doing all the stuff because we don't want to miss out on any of the stories, because some of the stories are fun. So Egg Arthur points out that if you have a housing item that's not on Deco de Miu, you can submit it to help Yao keep the database up to date. Yes, that's a good point too. So if that doesn't happen very often, but yeah, once in a while something slips through, or you know, something's really hard to get and they haven't had a chance to get it, because Yao is the person who maintains the website. It's their website. And oh, hang on, there's some dead Uruks. Well, that's exciting. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to investigate these slain Uruks. And he was slain by a sword, much like the one that he carried. Interesting. We're going to take a look at these swords. All right, so I'm collecting some Uruk swords from fallen Uruks. And we're supposed to bring these back to Meneldir, back in the Mossward Town Square. I think I do. Oh, that's Langaren. Hearn. Oh, I don't have a.
Do you have the skill at
There is, no, I do not have a skill guide to Mossward. I have a skill guide to Landgran, and I can take us there. We could horse over. Unless you want to wait 30 seconds. But, okay. Oh, okay. So, yeah, so, right. Egg Arthur says, yeah, I'll put out a request for the Before the Shadow stuff, but you think he's got all of it at this point. Yeah, so that's the thing is, if there's like a preview and the furniture items, the housing items are available, then a lot of times he can go onto there and go onto the Bull Roar server, and he goes and like you can get currency basically for free on the test server, and so he can do that and then actually get all of the items and get images of them and put them up. But that's what I was gonna say. So Yao doesn't like, SSG doesn't go like, hey, here are some screenshots, Yao, for you to put up on your website. No, he has to go and actually get every single one of these items, go stand it in a house, and he takes pictures of everything at inside of a Belfalas house. So I'm guessing he must own a Belfalas house, but you can also get one on the test server. So that's my, is I believe like his usual process is to get stuff on the test server when possible. But if things come out after that, then there's that you have to go and earn it in game, which takes time, and currency and all of those things. So sometimes, you'll have a situation where, there'll be new stuff and he doesn't have it yet. So then he'll say, hey, if anybody has it, can you send me a picture? And then that way, at least it gets added to the database that way, which is nice. Okay, so all right, let's talk to this this ranger real quick. He says, you bring interesting tidings. It sounds to me as if the Uruks quarreled among themselves after they arrived in Swanfleet, but for what purpose? The warband may have been much larger when it traveled from Enidwith and divided into 2 or more raiding parties when it crossed into Swanfleet. Perhaps the decision to attack Mossward was not made by the wizard, but by the Uruks themselves. It is curious. As for these swords you collected, perhaps Scardy can melt them down and put them to better use than their former bearers. Sounds awesome. Yeah, we'll go and say hello to a dwarf. Hey, Scardy, how's it going? He says, more Uruk blades. I didn't ask for these. He says, well, Meldir's right. I'll melt them down and turn them into arms for the defense of Mossward. No one will want to use them as they are, but metal is metal in my experience. All right, so 72, 72, 72, they're all the same. Awesome. All right, he says, I could use a number of items to restock my supplies while you continue looking into the matter of the raiding party. Sharpstones, boar tusks, and Craven talons. And can you do something about Tegwin, the kid over here? He's been bothering me with questions since this morning, and I need to get some work done. Yeah, what's up, kiddo?
What can I do?
He says, I'm ready for more important adventuring tasks. What can I do to help the village? Can I come with you? Reluctant to send the boy into danger, you ask that he patrol the outer palisade of Mossward. He says, okay, I guess I could do that. Maybe I can accompany you later? This kid really wants to go out and adventure. It's so cute. Let's see. So Bilzlowski had said, I need to get back into Lotro more. There's a lot of new stuff. I don't know when's the last time you were active in playing, but what they've been doing recently, the SSG folks have been doing, is taking Eriador and kind of filling in gaps. So like, you know how there was the Shire and then there was kind of like a teleport space to get you over to Ered Luin. Well, now they've filled in this whole area north of the Shire with an area called the Yonder Shire, and that then connects to Ered Luin and up to Avendim. So you can literally run from Ered Luin all the way to Mordor. There's no more teleporting through that spot. So that's kind of cool. They've also added, this is where we are now, is Cardolan and Swanfleet. Filling in, so that's the most recent place. Oh, but they also where am I thinking? Trollshaws added this area down here. Here, let me get this out of the way for a second. Called the Angle of Mythythil down here at the bottom. So this whole triangle at the bottom down here below Talbrunnen basically is all a new section that you have to explore in as well. So there's a lot of new stuff going on. So yeah, if you haven't been in the game for a little while, there's some cool areas to explore. And yes, the music, yes, Erenvard mentions that the music for this area is amazing. You probably can't hear it too much. Maybe you can hear it in the stream. But it's beautiful music. And a cool thing you can do is that a lot of areas you can get the music for your house. Like you can buy like a music box basically, and you stick it in one of your wall slots, and when you go into your house, it plays that music. So I have like the Tom Bombadil theme going, and I love it in my house. We're looking for boars, huh? Let me take a look. So Vinma, hang on a second. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer for you, but I'll tell you why. Vinima asks, when will there be a graphic update? Any news? I haven't seen any news. I don't work for SSG. That's the thing I was going to say that you're probably not going to find very interesting. That I'm just, I just stream. I'm just a volunteer fan of the game. And so, I get to stream on the official channel, which is fantastic, but I don't actually have like any special access to news or anything like that. Like I hear the stuff when you hear the stuff. Now, the good news is Cardolan, who is the SSG community manager, he used to stream on Fridays, and he kind of took a break from that over like the summertime. But he is back to regular streaming on Fridays at noon, and sometimes he's doing, just kind of his news and updates and stuff. But sometimes he's doing, he'll have like a guest on. Oh, and in fact, this week is going to be Severlin, and Severlin is the executive producer, like the one in charge of of the schedule and what are they working on, like that kind of thing. I did find another boar, honey, but it's the other way. It's up north. Okay. Anyway, so that would be a great question to bring to the chat on Friday. That's at noon on Fridays is when Cord streams. Right here at this link. So yeah, they haven't announced anything. I know Sev has an interest in it. He's mentioned that before. But they have no announced plans at this point, so yeah. I don't have a problem because I'm not running in like 4K or whatever, but I understand people who are getting the new fancy schmancy stuff want the icons to be able to size and all of that. I get it. Egg Arthur points out the levels. Thank you. So yes, for the new areas, Yondershire. Well, so I guess I could do those in order. So for the new areas that I was talking about, Swanfleet, Cardolan, where we are now, the range is 1 to 32, so early stuff. The Yondershire ranges from 20 to 23, so it's a really good, out of the intro and out of the intro areas kind of next place to go, which is pretty cool. And then the angle of Mythithil is 40 to 45, and the Wildwood is 45 to 50. We've done the Wildwood. I find the Wildwood really peaceful, and it's like take is it not the Lowlands? I was just there. Like the Trollshaws. And how it's very tree, but it's very hilly, and so it's hard to kind of see sometimes where you're trying to go. Let me see if I can find another boar. I know, this isn't like... There's no boars. Here's one. Okay, there we go. Oh yes, I really enjoy going over to the Wildwood, and so, like, every time I have a new character, eventually we end up doing the Wildwood, because it's so chill. It's so easy to see. Even though there's a bunch of trees, like a lot of trees, like you have in the Trollshaws, but it's still, I don't know, the way they did the landscape, it's easier for me to see, and I appreciate that. Oh, we still need 2 more? Goodness gracious. All right, let me look again. All right, There we go. Oh, hey, he's nearby. Oh, I hope so. Okay, and it's gonna be a second before I can shoot and check again. So let's see. Yeah, as before I said, there's no announced plans. Now they are working on a producer's letter, which kind of outlines a little bit of what they have in mind for like this year. And I know Cord was trying really hard not to give any hints on things on his stream on last Friday. Oh, good. We have 8. I have 8 tusks. I still need 2 more whetstones, though. Yeah, like these sorts of things out here. So where do you find music for original houses? The music box slot is the same for all houses. Do you mean like Shire music or Bree music, things like that? Those would be probably the housing vendor, I think, has those. Yeah. Where do you find music for houses? Lots of places. Holy moly, there's so many places, so you can find that. I would say, yeah, if you, and that's another thing you can find on Deco Demio, because I think, yeah, he started putting together a database of all the music boxes as well. Amberts, yeah, I mean the music itself. Yeah, so you mean like the item, the housing item that you then slot in. So let me see if I can find one in my inventory. Yeah, like this. So see this Yule Fest themes that I have here, and it's like a little music box. It's technically called decoration category ambient music. And then it tells me it's a selection of seasonal music pieces for Yule. Then there's also the spring festival theme I have, decoration category ambient music. So those things. Yeah, if you go to Deco, oh, and thank you. Egg Arthur has put the link directly there. All the ambient, yeah, music. He has clips you can play on the site, says Egg Arthur. Thank you. I was pretty sure that it was on Deco site that I had seen those little music clips. Such a really awesome thing, because I used to like troll YouTube looking for it because some people would put it up there, but now that he's got it on the website, it's like, ah, so much better. So yeah. Now the Yule music, I can tell you, I'm pretty sure the only way it's available is through Hobbit presents during the Yule festival. So if you didn't get it this past Yule festival, you'll have to wait till next year. What you can do is if somebody has it, like, because some people got extras, it's bound, so you can't trade it away, but you could give somebody decorating privileges for your house. They can put it in the slot for you, but if you want to switch it out at some later time, you'll have to do like a return to that person or have them come back and take it out for you. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, you can have other people slot things that are bound to them into your house's hooks. You just have to give them decorating permission to do so. And then you can turn off that decorating permission once they've done it. You don't have to leave it at infinitum. All right, so the dwarf says, thank you for these items, but I'll let you know this. I'm quite cross with you. He says, all I want is to be left in peace, free to do my work, but folks are constantly barging in here, interrupting me and slowing down my work. The boy's mother was just here, Wenna, and she says he hasn't returned home. Last I heard, you sent him to scout the edge of town, so you get to go looking for him. You send him back to his parents before they come bothering me again, will you? Okay, sure, let's go find him. Yeah, for things like the Yule music that you can only get during the Yule festival out of the Hobbit gifts, you basically just want to make sure you log in every day because you get a free silver present every day. So you'd want to just make sure you pick those up every time and see if you get lucky. Oh, I was like, where are you going? We're jumping out. Okay. That's hilarious. We're gonna explore. Hey, we found some footprints, and they're Oryx. Uh-oh. Footprints trample the earth here. The Oryx boot prints. Oh, that's true. It's saying that was most likely during that attack that happened, though, that we already had. Hey, I see a ring over here. Is this the person? Is he going to tell us? Oh, here we go. Marion says, Tegwin is missing? Would not be the first time the boy has gone looking for trouble, but with Uruks and goblins about, he might have gotten in over his head this time. Indeed. You say he might have found Urk tracks leading north? Well, if he goes that way, he's likely to blunder into the Wade water. Children of the village are forbidden from going there, but I will not seek to tell you that has prevented the more adventurous sorts from exploring that marsh. If Tegwin went tracking the Urks there, well, there are plenty of dangers in the Wade water to begin with, let alone our recent troubles. You should follow the road northeast to the Dunlending town of Lan Garan. It sits on the eastern edge of the Wade water, and their scouts may have seen the boy. Perhaps he went to speak with the Dunlending villagers there and is maybe enjoying their hospitality or tales. We should not leave to judgment soon. He may be in no danger at all. One can hope. Okay, so I think, yeah, we're here in Mossward, which is where you start when you start in this area. So that's been fun. So now they're sending us up here, which conveniently I have Hunter Travel to get us there. Let's see. Meant to tell you, your tip on when the Yule Hobbit gifts wrapped up had me go back to try for that Yule Goat one. Oh, nice. For the character that had missed it, and you got it. Yay! Congratulations. Oh, Melandir has come to Longran ahead of you. But that's not Melandir. But we'll talk to this guy because he's like, we've been sent here. Says your envoy to Mossward sent you our way. Good, good. If you're looking for work, you've come to the right place. Our community is a new one, and there is much to do. Oh yeah, they sent a fella down here down to Mossward, saying, hey, if you want to go help out, there's this new Dunlending village of nice Dunlenders who are trying to get the heck out of things. All right, so he says, our home of Lan Garan is only recently settled. We left Brundir, or Dunland, as you would know it, mere months ago, and we have had to leave much behind in our departure. The nearby communities of Mossward and the Hobbit villages have been very generous to us, for which I am grateful. But there's more to be done if we are to safely greet the coming winter. Find Madog and Tylo Gweniard fishing by the water. They could use your help catching fish to be salted and smoked for the winter. Look for Undeg. She is coordinating our tradesfolk and can help you take up a crafting profession such as weaponsmithing or cooking. Head northwest along the path by the water. She'll be with other crafters in the community oven. And Eluna here is training many of our new scouts, and as such she may deny it, she could use a helping hand, as we all do from time to time. Okay. She says, you seem to be a person of great ability, and then she pauses. You seem to be a person of good ability. If you're inclined to traipse around the wilderness and fight things, I could use your help. Like Talfrin said, I lead a few training scouts. I could use an adventurer like yourself to help instruct them. My students and I established a camp to the east. Meet us there. I'll be back there soon myself. I don't like to leave them alone for too long. Who knows what trouble they'll make for themselves. Indeed. All right, here's Metaldeer. Got here ahead of us. He says, I heard Tegwin had gone missing. With Uruks and Swanfleet, I felt it wisest to begin the search as soon as possible. That said, if he is truly made for the Wade water, I think Uruks may be the least of his problems. The footing there is unsteady. Like any marshland, the depth of the pools may be deceptive. There are creatures in the Wade water that would love nothing more than to make a supper of anyone who strays too close to their domain. And the most dangerous of these is the Avank. We should hunt them as we seek the boy. Okay. Avank, Avank, Avank. So, funny thing is, yeah, you can redo the crafting thing down here, and you might, even though I am already a crafter. Wait, this is a different one. Oh, that's a mission guy. Wait, it says current quests. Oh, weird. I have it picked up already. You want to do it? It's, yeah, mission secrets and plans. It says the encampment of southern men is very large and teeming with brigands, and only fell deeds on their mind. We need to find out what they intend, and quickly. Right. Oh, yeah. And you can put in the delving stone, right? Or should I?
Yeah, I can do it. I gotta find one.
Yeah. I have them, I think, in my vault. Right, because these are on level.
Missions all the time.
or so. And hang on, I should have a Healy Doodle. Where is my Healy Doodle? Hang on just a second. It's because I put points in on the blue line. Not those guys. Hang on just a second. I want to find something. Hey, Gandalf. Oh. What? Oh, I was thinking blue. I thought I put it... Oh, maybe it was a different character. I don't see it. Okay, well, never mind. Yep, I'm ready. Let's do it. I could have sworn it was on this character, though. How weird.
Alright, this is a challenge, so I'm gonna view the one.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, hang on. Let me mark you as leader. Fellowship, transfer leadership. So what's going on here is Affodil is really great at marking. So notice we have two folks over there. So Affodil's going to fear the one with the moon, and we're going to target the one with the sun. And by the time the moon comes back, the sun should be mostly down. Tier 10 on deadly. Do eat. We're doing tier 7. Which is definitely a challenge. Okay, cool. We got the first one. Oh, they have... Okay, the tooltips for their effects. Oh, hey, I'm dying. FYI. The lieutenant? Okay, maybe I should switch to Healy stance. Do that between now and the next encounter. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, time to recover for a minute. I've also got an instilled panic on me. Minus 25% critical defense. Wow, that was interesting. And I've also got a dread on me. Let me take this book. That gives me +1 hope. That'll help. A teeny smidge. Okay. Which way are we going? This way? So yeah, we're going to be cautious as we go through here and not just like blaze through, hit everything like, you know, we're crazy people. So I go invisible, use my improved focus, do a heart seeker. Boom. That's half our health right there. There we go. That's convenient. So yes, I haven't tried a tier 10 yet, Arthur, in the delvings. Now, well, the funny thing is we had just started doing the delvings in early December, thinking we had like a month to play around with it since we were at level cap on Treebeard, and then the cap went up. Surprise, surprise. How about this one out here? Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So you can only do delvings if you're at level cap. So we were 10 levels below at that point, so we had a little ways to catch back up again. So we just both got to 75 again, or got to 75. So we haven't been able to do delvings again until, well, Saturday I got to 75, actually. So this is actually our first delving since... Sweet. All right. Okay. They see further than, okay. Hey, but we found some plans. Okay, cool. Plans collected, 1 of 3. So you collecting it counted for me. Thank you. Hey, Arthur, are you playing on Treebeard? Have you been doing the delvings at something lower than the 140? Or have you been doing the 140 stuff, the cap, game level cap? Okay, there's one up here. And it would not surprise me if there was some plans up here too. Oops. Ow! He saw me already. Bother. I thought I could get up there just a little closer. But no, oh, I gotta run. They do have a bit of morale. I'm not seeing any plans though. I'm disappointed. I thought there'd be plans up there. Oh, there's plans up at this one. It's a big old red ring, too. Okay, I'm going invisible. Yeah, good call. I'm gonna do a little burn hot. Improve focus. And a Heartseeker. Oil. I could do a light oil. I also have this oil that makes me shoot harder for 3 minutes. No, cooldown is 3 minutes. What? I did light oil. I have light oil on here now. The reason why I'm doing light oil while Affodil's asking about that is because Affodil does a lot of things where they get debuffed on their light damage. So light damage gets through a lot easier. Whoa, macaroni. Got a lookout. They did that. See, we complained that these lookouts are terrible at their job, but this lookout did a good job. Well done, lookout. You are needing some health. Okay. You got it. There are plans inside this tent. I know, right? I don't see anything else in here as I go wandering rakishly in. Okay. So it looks like we could do these 2 brigands over here. And that might be the last of what we need. About ready? Oh, okay. Thank you. Yep. I was going to do Rain of Arrows, but then I'm like, no, we don't want them both at the same time. Not for this particular situation. Alright, that one's defeated though, so now we can hit this guy once he stops running around like a Looney Tune. Yay! 12 of 12. Find and speak with the scout. Oops, I went a little janky there for a second. Okay. Hey, scout. Excellent work. Let us return so you may collect your reward. Okay. So you're doing delvings a lot on the live servers, says Arthur. Fair enough. Yeah, that's our first successful tier 7. We've tried a tier 7 before. That was our first successful tier 7. Because we got our butts kicked one time on a tier 7. We were like, we're not ready for this. Okay, so missions, secrets, and plans. These plans are more well developed than expected. Hard to believe that bands of brigands could be disorganized. I fear the setback will not hold them for long, and you have done well to prepare us for the future. You're welcome, buddy. So that was a tier 7 delving. You return with good tidings. I should not be surprised as I am. You have oft proven your capacity for destroying evil in the world. Still, there's something grim about these gemstones, and we have found more. Reward, of course, and another challenge if you choose. Da-da-da. Alright, cool. And I need to remember to open the chest. Yes, because it expires in an hour, and I'd be really sad if I didn't do that. It's a delving box of crafting gems. Did I get anything else, or just that? And I got some... What did I get? I got the emerald. That's the next tier up. Delving writs, and the box, yeah. You got a pristine, discerning delver's hood. That looks fancy. Let's take a look at that. 725 armor. What do I have? I'm curious. Let's see. I have... What is my hood? Is that my hood? Oh, yeah, I guess so. Okay, so it's less armor than what I have. Well, that's so weird. It's... Well, I'm glad I didn't get that. Because I don't think that looks anywhere near as good as what I have. Yeah. The vitality's higher. I mean, with the 2 slots is nice. You could put something in there. But, like, even if you have a major essence of critical rating, it's only like 300, 350, something like that. So it would still just barely get it up to the critical rating I have. Alright. Well, enjoy the pristine hood. Oh, I wonder what it looks like. Oh, wow. That's super shiny. It does look fancy. That's your fancy Hobbit outfit. Alright, but what I came over to do is talk to the lady about the apprenticing. But I already have it. Oh, so... Introduction to crafting. I'll teach you to get started. Okay. Ask me about any of the vocations. Tell me what you'd like to pursue. I'll direct you to the trainers who will help you do the thing. Sure, let's do forestry. What? Yeah. yeah, I mean, the other options are change to, but I don't want to change. So introduction to prospecting, which I am. Introduction to tailoring, which I am. Neat. Okay, so speak to the chief supplier and the novice tailor. Hey, chief supplier, how's it going? Introduction to blah blah blah. Open the crate. And I need to make brushed light leather and a thin rowan board. Is there a... Oh, I should go ahead and do the other one too while I'm here. Prospecting. Open the crate and make a thing. Alright. Oh, here's a workbench. Cool. Alright, so... Tailor... What does that need to do again? Oh, and forestry. I can do that here. Brushed light leather. Just make one of those. And... I don't remember where the forge is near. It's around here somewhere, I think, though. A thin rowan board. Make one of those. Alright, cool. Done with that. And then... tailoring. We need to make... What do I need to tailor up? Hang on. What do I still need to make for you again?
Greetings.
Both leather, blah, blah, blah. She's like, good job. Like, yay, no problem. I can do this. I need to make a copper ingot. Oh, tailoring. Oh, I gotta go find the novice tailor person. Oh, you found the forge. Awesome. Zoop, 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 zoop. Nope, you're not the guy. Let me go up to where the green arrow of my kinmate is. Oh yeah, they have it all spread out up here. That's right. So I was looking for this one time. Also, I was like, hey, I could do this intro thing again. Which means, because at the end of that, you can get the free stuff. I'm like, okay, I'll take free stuff. Yes. I don't mind free stuff. Okay, so do forging and prospector, and I need to smelt a copper ingot. Smelteroo. And then I need a workbench, right? Oh no, you critted on the helm! Which means they won't take it, so you have to make a new one.
If you use a universal ingredient, it's fine.
That's so funny. Let's see, I need to... Oh, open the crate. Thank you. And I need to make a rough cloth cloak. Alright, make me one of those. And bring that to the novice tailor. Yeah, Arthur's like trying to help me here in chat, like, go over here. Like, oh, whoops. Yes. So let's see. Okay, catching up on the chat real quick. Second. Yes, thank you on the congratulations on our first tier 7 there on the delving. Agartha says the worst missions today would be the turtle one in Clegger or the Gloomwater ones in Tharbad. Hunting of Dor Ernil has a nasty pull at the start. I think that might be the one. Is that the one that's like in kind of a swampy area and like it's got the gloom waters, and if you hit one and it pulls all of them in the area? That happened to us and we died repeatedly in that one. That was rough. Yeah, before it says we had a rough experience with one of the marshy ones where there's clumps of 5 gloom waters or something like that. It was crazy. Aaron Bart asks, you can do the craft startup a second time here. Yes, you can. It's a little wacky. Because the funny thing is, let's see. Because it doesn't show, I don't see the ring, but you go back to her just like you would any other time. Practice makes perfect is a quest that shows up. It says, it appears you have learned much. Give me a moment and then talk to me again. And what they're going to give you is 3 apprentice ingredient packs. But apprentice ingredient packs don't exist anymore. So what it does is it's going to convert those into the universal ingredient packs. So here, I'll show you. So I have universal ingredient packs. I have 17,075. I collect it often. So then, boom, now I have a 17,078. So, yeah, that's another 3 free ingredient packs you just got. It's really funny. So I'm like, okay, I will take your free stuff. So yes, Forge is near the first N in Landgran on the map. I will, I'll show y'all. Oops. Pull up the map. Like up there, up the hill, as you guys saw when I went up there. So, which reputation this map is serving? I don't know. Dunedain of Cardolan, says Agartha. Thank you for catching that. I'm like, I forget. Oh, it looks like we're out in the water. Hang on, let me catch up. Oh, maybe not the water. On the dock. Oh, I haven't played around on the dock here. Hey, there's a Wenda. Well, look at that. Hey, we should make a note of that, because I don't know if this Wenda's in the wiki. I think she might be a non-wiki Wenda. Which is, you know, woeful. Wouldn't you know? What are we doing here? Oh, hey, there's a mad dog. Does he go out at night? Another amateur angler has come to help us shore up our food supplies for the winter. Well met. I'm Madog, and this fellow by my side is Tilo. Oh, okay. She wasn't before. Maybe because she wasn't there before. Thank you for checking. We're in charge of filling up those racks of drying fish you passed by. If you want to help us catch 3 small fish off the dock, you have to do it on the dock so we can watch your technique. If you need to learn the basics, talk to this hobby master, the self-professed hobby master next to me. He'll teach you the basics and get you set up with a fishing rod. Well, thanks. I did just go ahead and grab mine out of my vault. I have a well-crafted Labrathon fishing rod, because aren't they pretty? All right, let's give it a go. Hey, Megan. Oh, hey, must be Tuesday, right? That's how I keep track of the days. Am I streaming today? Hey, it's Tuesday. Oh, or if I've gone to the chiropractor, because my chiropractor appointments tend to be on Tuesdays. That is also a nice way to help remind me. Let's see, what else have we got here? Oh, Agartha says, no, haunting has 2 groups of dead things at the top of the stairs. Yeah, but all the Gloomwater ones are rough. That was our introduction to the Tier 7, and it was like, wow, Tier 7 stuff. So, yeah. It says, stand near the Hobby Master in Glengaran and catch a fish. Oh, am I not close enough, maybe? Or maybe I haven't caught a fish yet. Oh, that's funny. I didn't notice his titles. The Best Fisher in Swanfleet and the Actual Best Fisher in Swanfleet. That's hilarious. Yeah, so it came up. Oh, hey, I got a 15-pound salmon, though. I mean, that seems like a fish. Yes, the deeds in this area are giving reputation with the Dunedain of Cardolan, and the quests are giving us iron coins of Cardolan, which we'll be able to use to barter for possibly housing items. So, yeah. Agartha, thank you. Yeah, the wiki being up to date with the Landgran Wenda. When I first came through here, when Swanfleet first was early days, and I ended up in Landgran, and I was in that crafting area, and I was like, hey, I can craft again. How strange. You know, it surprised me that I could do so. Oh, I'm not near the Hobby Master. The Hobby Master's over there. Let's try that again here in a second. Yeah, that's probably why. I'm standing next to the good fishers, you see, but I need to go stand next to the person who wants to teach me how to fish. Yeah, anyway, I couldn't find the Wenda, and I don't think she was here yet. I think they added her after the fact. But it's possible she was here and I just didn't find her. But I did go to the wiki, and yeah, there was no Wenda here listed, so I'm glad that that's been updated. Yeah, thanks. The Hobby Master, not the quest giver. I thought the Hobby Master was. I thought the Hobby Master was the actual best fisher. But as it turns out, that is not the case. That's alright, I got a 15-pound salmon out of the deal, so that's alright. So yes, Lotro, Airbard points out that he enjoys Lotro's little subtle jokes. I know, right? There's so many lovely little nods here and there, and it's quite awesome. Oh, I get to go talk to Mad Dog, and something popped up here. Quest item. Using that has no effect. Okay. What up? Not bad. Not good either, but not bad. Especially for a beginner, you have some natural talent. Well, thanks. Sounds like I'm done fishing for the moment then. Alright. Well then, I will follow you for a moment while I put my regular weaponry back on, because that's pretty useful. Yeah, well, I do need to turn in, let's see. What do I need to turn in? Oops, all the, dealing with Blood Hollow. Actually, let me get rid of the mission thingies. Right, that's what I was, yeah, I was doing the, yeah, Affodil was just doing the extra practice makes perfect. So funny. I thought we had to turn this back into the person who told us to go do those things. Oh, we haven't defeated Avank. Oh, okay, when we did those 3 it auto-completed, gotcha. Well, we should go out into the water and defeat some Avank. Avank, Avank, Avank. Yeah. Let's go see if there's a missing child out there. I think that's a good idea. Poor guy. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's out there. Because he's kind of silly that way. Are we just going to jump? Whee! Yes, some of the stuff's a little tall for us little hobbits, though. Look at that. Like you can barely see me. Whee! There is an Avank. Oh, I forgot that I'm on the wrong thing. Like, why am I not shooting? And why am I laughing at it instead? That would be because I was on my social bars and not my attacky bars. Sure. Let me take a look. I think it's an animal. I think it's an animal. It might not be. It might be. Oh no, it's a river Avank. Okay, it's under R. Yeah, you did all the time, Amber, where you've yeah, starting a fight and you start dancing with the orc instead. No, I do love that one mission where you are supposed to go and dance. I think that one's hilarious. And I'm like, I was made for this mission. It was awesome. I was like, oh, I can kick so much butt at this mission. It's fantastic. I'm like, can we do that one every day? Because I can outdance an orc every day of the week. And twice on Sundays. Let me have a look for another river Avank. River Toad. River Avank. Sorry, your tracking target is dead. Alas. Well, I have to wait for it to come back. But hey, in case you were curious, well, okay, these are storks and egrets and herons, but do they count as swans?
What?
They're swans in Swanfleet, but maybe these don't count for swans. They look swanish. They're just pretty. Oh, that reminds me. One time I was playing, what's the name of it? There's a game. It got really popular for a while afterwards, where you have a series of computers set up, and you're basically playing as if you are. Oh, hey, we've discovered Fang Settle. Interesting. What's it called? It starts with an A. Anyway, so Artemis. That's it. Thank you. So we're playing Artemis, and it's as if you are like on the bridge of a starship. It's really cool. And each person has like a separate computer in front of them to do the various different things. So you might have like one person is in charge of the weapon system. One person is in charge of communications and those sorts of things. So each person has the thing and they have a certain amount of information that they get. And then you have one person who's the captain and they just stand there. They don't get a computer. They are being fed information by the other people on the team. So it's a really clever way to do that. I love it. So we were playing one time and I was the captain, and so I'm getting information from various people about what's going on around us, and like we got attacked by something, and we didn't defend very well, so we were like still kind of getting our bearings and how to work together as a team. And oh hey, there's the swans in Swanfleet. You have seen them. Ta-da! Swans in Swanfleet. Oh, I should get a photograph of this. There we go. All right, I'll catch up to you. So anyway, so I was a bit nervous about like what's out and around because like what are we being attacked by and things like that. So hang on, this person says, no sign of Tegwin. Oh, this is our ranger. I have seen nothing either. I was trained in the art of tracking, but this marshland has put my skills to the test. Let us listen for some sound of the boy. We must use all of our senses on this hunt. So there's a question from Goblin says, is there PvP in this game? Before has replied that Lotro has PvMP, which is player versus monster player. So yeah, you can create a monster player in a very specific part. It's not out in the landscape. So landscape is always player versus game. But there's this area called the Etten Moors up here, and that's where PvMP takes place. So yeah, so there's a special area, this one, Etten Moors, where you can swap out Free People character and play a monster character, or you can play your Free People's character, and they are commonly known then as Freeps, the Free People, and Creeps, the creepy monsters people. And you can play as like spiders and orcs, and there's all sorts of various things you can do. I haven't actually engaged in that area, but there's some people who have a lot of fun with it. There's a couple of servers where there's more PvMP play than others. Trying to think of where it is. I think Arkenstone, maybe Crick Hollow, maybe Evernight, maybe Brandywine. Arthur, you may remember better than I do at the moment. Yeah. Also, the Friday crowd that's on here during Cord streams at noon on Fridays. There's usually people in there who are very into the PvP. You know, actually on the forums too. There's a really robust group of PvMP players, and you can find out like where is the hot action from that crowd. So Arkenstone for sure, and it's pretty popular in Evernight too, says Egg Arthur. Okay, cool, thank you. Yes, B4 does point out that 2.5 years ago there was a special server that allowed PvP for a month. It was like a tournament server for 1 month, and then it ended. All right, we hear nothing but the sounds of life. In the marsh, nothing out of the ordinary. All right, well, we're going to continue our search to the west. Yeah, cheers for the answer. No problemo. Okay, so anyway, so we're playing Artemis, and we've been attacked, and so I'm still, like, not used to what kinds of things we might encounter in space. And at one point, the communications officer says something along the lines of, you know, I see, like, whales coming along, and I'm like, what's this? He's like, those are space whales, ma'am. I'm like, what do we do with them? And he's like, they're just for looking at, ma'am. There was nothing we had to do. It was all good. We were just fine. So I was like, on edge, ready to go. What do we do with those? Sometimes a pipe is just a pipe. So there you go. There's my Artemis story. That was fun. Popcorn ball meteor? Oh my gosh. I don't even know how... Like, why would popcorn be in space? And why would a popcorn ball be in space? Or you just mean like a meteor that looked like a popcorn ball? I haven't had a popcorn ball in years. I wonder if that's like a thing in other countries, or is that just an American thing? Anyway, there was a worn sword we found. Abandoned wooden sword. Uh-oh. That seems like the kind of thing a child would be carrying. Yep, appears to be Tegwin's sword. Not a good sign. Let us listen once again and hope that we hear something. He may or may not have much time left. Okay, we're going to listen. We hear very faintly someone calling to you from the northwest. Well, let's get over there. Yeah. Oh. There was a kid show that did a filk of Star Trek. VeggieTales did. Okay, I gotcha. Now I'm caught up. But no, I'm just thinking about popcorn balls, like, because you would take popcorn and mix it with, like, caramel, and I remember that would be sometimes different colors and stuff, like you could add food coloring. Man, and they were hard to crunch into sometimes, but, there's the thing that I had it when I was a kid, but I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that here in the Netherlands. I haven't seen popcorn that much over here either, though. All right, he says, I'm here. Your adventuring lessons were not complete. You didn't mention how cold and damp it would be, or how often things would be trying to kill me. I stayed away from the Avank because I'm no fool, but even the turtles here tried to snap at me. Still, it was quite an adventure for my very first. If you're planning to scold me, you can forget about it because I learned something important. I know where the Uruks are going. Bum, ba, da, bum. All right. Let's see. That's 4. Anything for a better price than 4 and 20? Nope. Because all the weapons I have are going to be better than what we're finding here, so that's why I'm picking whatever's just the most to sell for. He said, you would have been very proud of me. I'm certain of it. I hid in the brush and didn't move an inch. A scouting party of Urks came within a dozen feet of me. They didn't see me, but I overheard them talking about the elf city to the northeast. That's where they're going. It sounds like that's where they wanted to go all along, and they're planning to join up with a bunch more of their cronies when they get there. It's a good thing I went exploring, isn't it? Maybe you'll tell your parents, my parents, I did the right thing. Oh my gosh. Crazy kid. The old elf city. That must be Karis Galebrin. It's located on a hill to the east, and last I heard, one of my former kinsmen set up a camp not far from there. His name is Dundil, and if Tegwin speaks true, he should be warned the Urks possess some design on the city. I will bring the boy back to Mossward and join you at Dundil's camp when Tegwin is safely returned to his parents. Scout the elf city with Dundil's help, but do not get too close without me. We do not yet know what the Urks seek. I believe they were simply raiders, but if they do Saruman's bidding in this land, there must be something else. He pauses. One more thing. It may not matter, really, but I should tell you before you speak with Dundil. When I departed the lands of my kin and came south, I didn't part on good terms with my people. He's a he's a ranger. Ex-ranger. He says, if Dundil seems standoffish to you, it may be because of that. Don't let it trouble you or interfere with the good that we're trying to do in this land. May fortune go with you, my friend. Okay. So we are gonna turn something in here. Oh, nay. Hey, there's nobody around here. Nobody wants to talk to us. No, no, I think in Land Garan, let me put that back up. Yeah, we got a assisting. Oh gosh, that's way over on the other way. No. I'm not sure where we need to go. Where do we need to go? Back to Land Garan. I can do that. I can port us there. Shoop. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's other travel skills I can get in Swanfleet, though. Because that'd be cool. If you have the housing item, you can port to Karis Galebrin. Oh, right. We do have the housing item. But I thought we had to turn something in here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm seeing rings where there are none. What do we got here? That's out there. That's up there. And that's crumbled towers. Scout trainees. Where is that not on here for some reason? Let's see, Swanfleet. Aha! Somehow it wasn't on my list. Okay, Swanfleet, Cardolan, Before the Shadow. Got it all. Alright, we're caught up. Which housing item is that? If you purchased Before the Shadow, and I think it was, yeah, it's a mural. It's like a big kind of archy looking thing, but I think it's got squared off corners. If you click on it, it takes you. Now, I have an interesting question on that though, because so I know that in the patch that we got last Wednesday, they said that SSG said they removed the requirement, like, what was the requirement? They removed one of the requirements for reputation. Yeah, if you needed reputation, if you had to have like a minimum reputation level in order to use one of those housing teleport items, that got removed. But we both went to go use the teleport item that takes you to the war room that Affadil has in their yard. And Affadil was able to use it, but I wasn't able to use Affadil's table. It could have been just I couldn't use Affadil's stuff glitch. We'll do some more testing on that, but it made me concerned that like you could no longer use other people's stuff. And be like, no, because that's so useful. Hey, there's a person right here. Nice of you to finally arrive. What took you so long? Sure. Okay, she has 3 cadets, Margaret, Derwin, and Murig. They're great pupils with lots of potential. While I am their teacher, they're old enough to take on the responsibilities of their own. I would like for you to help each of them with a task they are working on. I think it'll be helpful for them to play the teacher for once. Darwin is a clever fellow right next to me. Margaret is over by the Blood Hollow proper, and last I saw she was taking a little break after felling a few of the beasts, and Murig is downhill by the river. What will I be doing? I have had a long week. I might go nap. Have you had to look after 3 children in the wilderness for a week straight? That'll exhaust anyone. Indeed. All right, so, well, we have Derwin here. Hey, buddy. And he says, hello, my name is Derwin, a warrior scout in training. My specialty lies in the study of plants, especially those with peculiar properties. I have a slightly morbid request. The wargs to the east have piled the bones of their victims in a rather dramatic fashion. You'll note that some of these bone piles have vines with purple flowers growing from them. Could you pluck those for me? And you should know, I asked Margot to gather some, and she made the incredible discovery that this plant was poisonous to the touch. So perhaps wear gloves. Yes, Agarthar and V4 are talking about the mural housing item that takes you to an area here is from the ultimate version of the expansion, of before the Shadow expansion.
Just need one person in your neighborhood to have it.
That's true, yeah. As long as just one person in your neighborhood has it, though, everybody should be able to use it. Some things have like a level requirement, like the Mordor stuff. There's some teleport items that take you to Mordor, and you have to be a certain level for those, and then it kicks you out. Okay, she says, old man Talfrin said that we should be stewards of the land, both as a sign of respect to the wildlife of this place, as well as for the sake of our new neighbors. The wargs in this area will endanger that safely as they attack all living beings on sight, even without any hunger. Perhaps facing them will be the best way for me to contribute. But Aluna said we should give you work to do. I don't understand what her goal is in asking us to do that, but I suppose I could take a break. Why don't you go thin the pack for me, take down a few of the wargs, and some of the big ones. Try not to get yourself killed. I'll take care of every warg that you can't handle. That's funny. Sure. Hey, we've discovered Blood Hollow. I hear there's wargs in Blood Hollow. Ah, this is where we need to go and pull up some nightshade with gloves on. Alright, I have gathered... Oh, nightshade, and I'm gathering a corpse. Oh, it looks like we have to gather a nightshade like 8 times. Oh. Oh, nightshade. Hey, we found some nightshade. Yeah, careful around the nightshade. Yeah, a lot of the ultimate fan bundles, basically. So, like, usually when they come out with an expansion, there's 3 bundle options. There's like the basic one, which gets you the ability to go into the area, like it gives you access to the thing. And that one's usually around $20, 20 euros, it's around the 20 of your currency. And then there's a middle one, which tends to run around 50 that we've seen. And that one will get you like some cosmetics, some mounts, pets, you know, all sorts of various other things that you might get. Some other goodies, gives you some goodies as well. And then the biggest one is usually around 100, and that has everything, which can include like a housing item, you know, every pet that comes with it, like all that sort of stuff. So that's kind of fun, especially if you're a collector of pets and mounts and such, as I kind of am. Like, I don't by any means have everything of anything, but I do enjoy collecting the stuff. So it's fun. Okay, she says, I watched the way you fought. Your skills are impressive. I might have even learned a technique or 2. Oh, drat, that must be why she wanted me to enlist your aid. That's sneaky. Well, in any case, nice work out there. Maybe it'd be fun to fight alongside you sometime, or against you, in a friendly way, of course. Of course. No trick. And we still have to find the guy by the water, don't we? Let's go to the water. Yes, the dressage emote. I do have that. That's pretty awesome. I think that one comes from the Ultimate fan bundle. And that one's fun. Let me see if I can... do I have it on my bar? Oh, I don't here. Wait, is this dressage? Yeah. Oh, here, let me get to a clearing where it's a little easier to see. And maybe not have that up. There you go. There's the dressage emote. We're both doing it. Does it work on all mounts? I believe so. I mean, except for probably not like the stick pony. Do you have one of those?
What are they called?
Hobby horse. Probably not a hobby horse. Works on goats, but not boars, says Egg Arthur. It just makes you hover in the air.
I mean, that seems cool.
How interesting. How funny. Okay. Well, that's fun. Yeah. So there's that. Oh, you're going to do it on a goat? Oh my gosh, yep. So there's the goat doing dressage. That's funny. That's your dressage goat. But the boars don't know how to do it. Excellent. That is pretty funny. Yeah, the hobby horse just levitates you for a while, which is pretty wild. Alright, I'm going to talk to this guy.
My task is to find
He says, you must be the adventurer that instructor Iluna told me about. Yes, I know I was to report back already, but I have yet to complete my work. My task is to find a reliable source of water for our scouting party. With such a great river near us, I thought this would be simple. The presence of Blood Hollow nearby complicates things. I'm concerned that its proximity may contaminate the water somehow. I'm working on a concoction that Darren taught me to make. When added to water, it can help determine if it is safe to drink or not. Could you collect samples of water for me? First sample should be from the riverbank near Blood Hollow. Second one should be further downriver from Blood Hollow. And the third sample should be even further down, still downriver from Blood Hollow. You get the idea. Yeah, we can do that. Let's go get some water. Hey, let's collect this river water right here. Neat. That was easy.
I'm not sure which ones are.
We'll just give him all 3 samples and he can figure it out. I'm sure he's a clever guy. Oh, the other end? Yeah, I only have 2. All right. So it's so funny because I saw somebody doing something. This past weekend was Winterfest, which is it's a music event. So in the game, you can play music. There are musical instruments that you can acquire, and you can then use some of the in-game stuff, and you can program your keyboard to play music, so you can like plop it out if you want to. There's somebody in the Lotro community, Jerziel, who plays, like has mapped out their entire keyboard, like I do with my social stuff, probably that way, and can literally play songs live using just their keyboard. It's amazing. Oh, hey, what timing? I just finished the concoction. He arranges the samples of water you collected into 3 separate basins of water, hands you 3 balls of a curious substance, add 1 lump to each of the paste. To each basin, let us observe the results. Okay. I have to face the target. Okay. Yes, Jerziel is just amazing. The paste disperses into the water. What did it say? Rendering it a shade of brown that is best not described in further detail. What about this one? Let's see. The paste disperses slightly, making the water a little less cloudy. And the concoction sinks to the bottom of the water without dispersing at all. Okay. Clearly, the soil of Blood Hollow has some effect on the water. For now, I'll be sure to collect water from further downriver to make sure it is fit for myself and my comrades. Perhaps when Marget's bloody work is complete, the waters around Blood Hollow will become more palatable. I will return to our encampment shortly. Thank you for your aid. Hey, no problem. All right, do you want to take us back up? Thank you. Yeah, Jerziel is amazing. Oh, a very good teacher, you say, as well. Yeah, I have I have not tried any of that. But Jerseyl, so anyway, so Winterfest was a multi-day music festival. The music started around noon or 1 server time and then would go for like 12, 14 hours, something like that. The schedule was online and I just kind of would peek at that from periodically. And so it took place on Landreval. So you make a character on Landreval or grab one of your characters on Landreval if you're already there, and you make your way to where the event is happening, which in this case was up near Thorin's Hall on one of the frozen lakes nearby after you come down near Freren's Court, kind of off to the side. So that was pretty cool. Yes, the flowers I asked for. Darren indicates a Mordor for depositing the flowers. You must be curious what I plan to do with these. Perhaps I'll concoct some vile poison with which to threaten our new neighbor. Don't be silly. Many poisonous plants have incredible medicinal properties if ingested in the correct quantities. Though born of death, perhaps these flowers could do much for the living. Will I ask you to ingest any and deprive Margaret the opportunity to prove she's one of the toughest warriors in our people's storied history? I could never do that to such a dear friend. All right, so they say, I take it you finished the task Aluna set before you. Speaking of our dear instructor, have you seen her at all as you've been aiding us? She should have long since returned to us by now. She may be an unconventional teacher, but she is an excellent scout warrior. I grow concerned at her unexplained absence. All right. She said she was going to investigate something to the northwest of here. I'm going to rally the others and look for her. We'd appreciate your continued assistance if you're inclined to lend it. I hope I'm worrying over nothing, but my instincts tell me something is wrong. Sure, let's go take a look. Anyway, so yeah, what people tend to do is they'll make a band, and it can be various characters of different people. So like maybe Affadil and me and Agartha, the three of us would be at our computers and we would sync up using, like there's a plugin that you can use. I use Songbook. I don't know other music ones. This is the one I know. You can do it all manually, that's true. But the plugin makes it a lot friendlier and easier for people like me to work with this. And so you go into music mode because you have to be in music mode to play music. And then when you press play, you start playing the song that you have chosen out of your collection of things. Yeah, there's some prep work to set this up to make this work. And one thing you could do though is you can play with sync. And so like I go into music mode and then I've clicked the song and I hit sync or play with sync, which basically leaves me standing there waiting, and then whoever starts it, then we all start playing at the same time, like automatically, which is a really cool thing that it can do that. So you could do that using multiple different people at multiple different computers, but what some people do is they'll just make a whole bunch of accounts and they do it all themselves at their computer, just alternating between their, have all the different screens up, probably stacked up somewhere. And so you end up with, having like character A have character 2 follow 1, have 3 follow 2, have 4 follow 3, you just have them like all following each other. And so you have the first one like walk forward to where you want them to play, and then they stop and everybody's standing there, and then you go to first character, turn them to face the audience, go to the next one, turn them to face the audience, or put them in music mode, turn face the audience, music mode. You just kind of like have to cue each one of them up, but then you can have them set to play songs that already exist, and that's really a cool thing. And so a lot of people do that, and these are ABC files, and you can go in through like Maestro or other things and manipulate the notes. I do not have good experience in this, but it is something you can do to make the songs sound a particular way, or if you have a song that you want to play but it doesn't exist in an ABC file, you can go and make that happen through MIDI files, and it's a whole thing. There's like a whole society built around that, and it's amazing. Hang on. We discovered some concerning tracks. The Margot and Mirig are following up on them. He's staying here to keep a lookout. And we got to keep our wits about us because we think something's going on. Okay. So I think, what does it say? It says complete to rescue Elena. Scout, warrior, sortie, and formidable foe. Well, how do I get one of those two? Maybe we have to go find them. Do we need to go down to the water to find them? Yeah, let's go see if we can find those people. But we're supposed to keep our wits about us. So there we are. Yes, and Aaron Bard says there are programs you can have you sorted for alt bands. Oh, okay. And each alt, yes, and you can have each person playing different parts. Oh, here's Margaret. Hold on. Rescuing Eluna, formidable foe. I spied 2 particularly tough warriors among the chaff. Take down either one, and it'll disrupt their whole force. And what else we got? We have rescuing Eluna, scout warrior sortie. Adventurer, you always seem to find me just after the fun ends. She motions to the unconscious Dunlending at her feet. Dragluth, these louts were searching for Eluna. Murray and I agreed to a simple plan. He searches for Eluna, while I distract the search party by clobbering them. I took out a few, but these warriors are more fearsome than the beasts of Bloodhollow. She covers what is clearly a serious wound. It's nothing. A little pressure, and one of the Abderan salves will keep me with the living. Go fight in my stead. They'll find Mirag unless you give them someone else to worry about. Okay. Well, let's go and attack some of these Dragluth warriors. Get them to maybe not be able to attack others in this land. I think that's a good idea. So yeah, as Aaron Bard points out, the idea is that you then have each of the characters playing different parts. So, you know, I might have, you know, character 1 playing, you know, the drum, and the next one playing the bassoon, and the next one, you know, so you can have multiple parts of a song being represented by having a band that you've put together. It's such a cool thing. So over the weekend there was a concert series that was happening over on Landreval. It was really awesome.
What do you ask of
All right,
me?
the folks back in Brundir must be furious with us if they're sending scout warriors. And remind me to thank Darren the next time I see him. This salve works wonders. Also remind me to slap him in the face because it stings worse than a sickle fly. She appears to be in better condition than when you last spoke. Well, good. Oh, there's another one. One last diversion. Good news. While you were out being a menace, Murig found his way over to me. Eluna is okay, but she's injured. We have to get her to help soon. Have to get her help soon. But the Dragluth are blocking the only path she can manage. Darren went ahead to draw the bulk of them away, but we need you to split their forces even further. She pulls a horn from one of her bags and pushes it into your hands. Find a spot away from the road and blow this horn. It's of Dragluth make. It should create enough of an opportunity for us to limp back to Landvaran. Okay. We'll do that. So we have to lure and defeat a Dragluth warrior using the horn that she gave us. Where are we? Oh, there we are. Okay. We're going away from the river. Yes. So if that's something that sounds of interest to you, definitely keep an ear out for that sort of thing in the future, because there's Weatherstock, which happens midsummer, I think, or so. Ah, good place to blow the summoning horn. Do I just click on the spot? Oh, that's convenient. I'm like, where's my horn? A Dragluth warrior is drawn to your location. Is that this one? Or a different one? Defeated the first, on to the next. Okay. Oh, we have to keep wandering. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. We're just going to have a little chain of horns that we blow, I think. Or times that we blow this horn. That's my guess. Here's a good place to blow a summoning horn. Curse you! I will warn the others. They're over here. He's been drawn away from Eluna's path. So return to Eluna. Okay. Oh, return to Langaran. Oh, okay. Well, I can do that. There's nothing else we need to do here? Okay. Sounds great. Boom. Alright, so we are past 2 hours for me. So I think we're going to wrap up here not too long. After myself will be B4. He does a whole string of streams about plugins.
Yes.
Let me turn this in real quick. Hang on. It says, hello there. What an eventful day we've all had. Do you regret agreeing to help me out? She says, I owe you a lot. Both for looking after my students and helping save me. Why don't we say I owe you a dinner? Once I heal up from my injuries and learn to cook, I'll make something fancy. Unless you like boiled things. I'm really good at boiling things. I'll go ahead and pick up her next one. She says, I'm still trying to sort out why the Dragluth are here. Once we left to settle Landgrand, it was certainly a source of tension. But Talifren secured the promise that we'd be left alone. Let me look into this. Don't worry, I promise I'll keep safe. Until I have some news, could you help some folks around town? So we're going to aid Kuthuk, Kulhook, Madog, and Tylo of the fishing folks, and Margaret. Yeah, do that. In fact, since I'm right here, right? I'll go do some fishing real quick. So I think B4 is going to start getting ready in the background over there. But yes, so on Tuesdays, I stream starting at 11:30 a.m. server time, which is like 5:30 p.m. my time, because I am in the Netherlands in Europe, and it is 6 hours difference. Which is one of the reasons why it was really funny with the concerts, because over the weekend, because they started at like noon or 1, which for me is like 6 or 7 at night. I'm like, cool, we can get started with the concert, but then like I gotta go to bed like halfway through. So yeah, so anyway, so I stream starting at 11:30, and then B4 starts at 2 o'clock or so, and because we just kind of have this block, because he then goes to because he goes for 2 hours and I go for 2 hours, but then we have an hour between us, so we just, or half an hour between us, so we just kind of, I squish in a little bit or he squishes back a little bit. So either he starts a little early or I just go a little bit late. It's but basically this 4.5, 5 hour block is us. Ehrenbard mentions the combo of songbook and poetical. I use songbook and lyrical currently, although poetical sounds interesting, and I do mean to take a look at it. I have not spent any time with it yet. Lyrical is a pretty simple, let's see, ICL, toggle, again. But no, I'm sure it's not. L-Y-R-I, lyrical. Oh, maybe I don't have lyrical on here. But yes, you basically ahead of time type the words that you want to sing and have your character just say them in the same time as the music, and people automatically fill it in, you know, hearing you sing to the music. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool system. So yeah. And the question is, I mentioned Cord at noon on Friday, noon server. I don't know what server he plays on. He can tell you during the stream what server he's on. The problem is sometimes people will grief him though, and so he doesn't always tell you what server he's on, because like he's trying to stream and you end up with people like standing in front of the camera, and it's just rude. What time? Noon. Yeah, noon on Friday server time. Always on Fridays at noon server time. So yeah. So let me do Friday. Did that? Or is it Fridays? There you go. So, oh, I guess this doesn't have the schedule though, but Cord is Lotro's stream. And then Signum U is the token professor. Druidsfire is Druidsfire. Big Ed Mustafa is Big Ed Mustafa. You know, I think if I do schedule with all the letters, there you go. If you click on that Google Calendar link, it shows you all the times of the different Lotro streamers over the course of the week. And then we can pop in the information on each specific day. So like for today, it's B4 and myself in the reverse order. And then Shoreless Skies does a thing called Beneath Your Feet, where basically he goes into first person mode and goes and walks around the world of Middle-earth. I think he's a tall person. I think he goes around as a human, not a hobbit. But yeah, and he walks around and checks out everything in first-person mode, often without the overlay on. So it's a really cool way to see Lotro kind of as, you know, as the painting that it is. But he only does that on the last Tuesday of the month. And this is not the last Tuesday of the month. So Shoreless Skies is not on today, but he's got a whole series that you can also watch, and they're really awesome. So I think B4 is away. So I am going to go ahead and do some fishing. And he says, okay, let's see what the fishing guy says. Yes, beneath your feet is a hobbit. Would be kind of funny. Yeah, look at this grass stalk. And now look at these reeds. Yeah, it is a... so the first character I had was a dwarf. The first character I had in Lotro, like overall. So I'm learning like how to play the game in Total, and then like what all the buttons do, and learning the UI, and I mean like learning everything, and also learning how to play that class. It was a champion, I really struggled, and it came to a head for me, I think, in the Troll Shaws, because the Troll Shaws are very up and downy, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a tendency when I'm playing, I like to have kind of like a top, like I'm a kite flying behind my character is kind of how I like to be. And sometimes I'll even zoom like way the heck out, but not usually. But I'm usually kind of like at this kind of an angle to see, because I like to see the environment around me, but also see where my character is, and hopefully have a chance at like clicking on quest rings and clicking on characters and or you know whatever's going on. So I tend to hover above my character. And some people play closer to the ground like this. They're able to see where they're going and see everything easily. That doesn't quite work for me, but it does for some people. I think whoever developed the Troll Shaws plays more probably like this, because you can't, because the hills are so up and downy and the trees are in the way. So if you're, it's just, I'm constantly like readjusting my camera to deal with up, now down, now up, now down. And it's just, you know, I'm sorry for those of you who are watching, that was probably a bit hard to watch. And it was also not fun to play that way. So I got really frustrated with the fact that I just was like basically spending my entire time like this. And I'm like, I can't see a darn thing. And even if you try to kite up above, well, now I'm in a tree. Like, oh my gosh, it was rough. So then I switched to an elf. And so that was the character that I got the furthest on for a long time, actually. She's over on Landreval. Now she started, those characters started on Brandywine, but I just wasn't enjoying the atmosphere on Brandywine, and so I moved my characters over to Landreval, because you know that's where all the music stuff happens anyway, and so that really was like, that's gonna be a lot more fun to hang out there. So she's over there, and she's the one where I was like putting sticky notes up on the wall of the maps to try and remember where I was going, because she's actually a minstrel, and I just bought all the travel, the 10 milestones, you know, to be able to get around with her. So that was fun, but I could then see above the rushes and the reeds and all of that. So it was pretty funny. Yes. So I think so. I'm pretty sure he does beneath. I think Shoreless Skies does the Beneath Your Feet with a taller character than a hobbit or a dwarf. So, all right, are you queuing up your 5 minutes? Okay, not quite there yet. And yes, the kiting version, the hanging above, is hard to do. So, I mean, yes, okay, so yes, it's pointed out that you can adjust like the environment level in your graphic settings, but for me, part of the experience of playing Lotro is because it's just so pretty, and it really is, like, I'm very particular about art. I don't like, there's a lot of styles of art I don't like, which got me into trouble like a year ago when we went to an art like a place where they display the art in a gallery. Thank you. We went to an art gallery as part of our Dutch class, and we were supposed to talk about the piece of art we were looking at using as much Dutch as we could. You know, it was an exercise in trying to use big, you know, more words than just, you know, my name is, and, you know, I don't know, I come from sorts of things. So, you know, getting a little bit more in depth and more complex conversations. And I tried to engage with this art, but it really was not speaking to me. And, you know, the things I was pulling out of it were not what the curator wanted to hear. But I was trying really hard to not say to her, I don't like this art. I would never put this on my wall. I would never be interested in owning this, and I'm really not enjoying looking at it. Like, I thought those would be rude things to say to her, and so I was trying to not say those things to her, but to come up with other things of like, well, what I see in this picture are these two people who might be dancing, they might be laughing, they might be this, that, the other thing. So, anyway, so I really do like the art of Lotro. Maybe it's because I like Impressionist art. I mean, that is actually an art style that I generally tend to like. So I think maybe that's why Lotro lends itself to being something that I enjoy. So for me, turning down the graphics is a real bummer. Because I just love being able to be immersed in the world, you know, and with the artwork all around me. So we got new computers somewhere in the last 12 months, and I had gotten to the point in streaming where my computer couldn't handle streaming and recording as I do, so I can put it up on the YouTube, and playing in high graphics. So I had to really reduce the graphics down during my stream, and it made me really super sad. All right, go ahead and start your 5 and I'll do my thing. So yeah, so I'm really glad now that like my computer's all snazzy and can do all the things, and it makes me really happy. So, all right, well, B4 is, I think, oops, watching me jump in the water. B4 should be starting up here in about 5 minutes. So I will go ahead and exit out of here in just a moment. Hey, I recognize some of these art assets. You can buy, I think, that up in the Rohan housing. So anyway, it's a housing item. Anyway, okay. Well, thank you all for coming along here. I had a great time. I think I might fish my time away as while we're waiting for B4 to get started. And have a great afternoon, all of you. Make sure you stick around for B4's stream. He's going to be talking about plugins in his song "Plugging Along," in his show "Plugging Along." So don't head off. Now's a great time for a quick, potty break, grab a snack, grab drinks, and come on back for Plugging Along. And I will see you next week. And until then, we're all going to do what? Stay connected to the Hobbit side of our hearts, of course. All right. Have a great time, everybody. Yes, hydrate. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.